Hello, Thaddeus. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. My condolences go out to you, Vicky, and her family. I only met him the one time at the wedding, and he seemed like an awesome enough dude. I know that I wish I could have, known him a little bit more, or at least had more of a conversation with him at the wedding.
They will see you in the future. They are traveling on.
However, as you might have garnered from my previous videos and whatnot, I've spent the last week moving and trying to put stuff together and going through my old stuff and finding a bunch of junk that I don't really ever have a need for and throwing it away. And so once again, I will not be talking about cricket. One of the things you said did kind of strike a chord with me, the whole idea of, except in the case of kind of a natural tragedy or something, will anybody ever even know about the death of somebody else that they are in no way connected to. And here just recently a bunch of storms swept through the Midwest, as they are always doing most of the time. And another huge tornado hit Oklahoma, and well, it wasn't as bad as Joplin. It was still a pretty big tragedy. And I'm struck by another conversation I had with another one of my friends who got into an argument with another person because they weren't properly grieving for the people in Oklahoma on a personal level. And I just think part of it is, while, we feel innately bad at the death of another person, it still behooves us to, in some way, move on, to go about our lives. Even with it in the back of our minds that somebody else has died, even if it's not connected to us. We feel bad for those people. But there's a case where, if there's nothing you can do about it, you have to go about your lives. And in this case, while we will all get on with our lives, and I do have a personal connection, and I do feel sorry for Vicky and you and the family, I can't stop doing, for me, what I need to be doing in my daily life. Neither can you, neither can Vicky. And I think people don't realize that if we were to mourn the loss of every person, humanity would never get anything done. And it kind of goes to the weird idea of graveyards and what we do when we memorialize the dead. And I just really have a weird kind of connection with death, and I would almost say sociopathic relationship to it. Probably because of some PTSD stuff with way back in the day when my neighbor got ran over by a school bus. I don't know, I'm just, even like when my uncle and my grandfather died, I just never seemed to have much of an emotion towards people dying. And in some ways this kind of bothers me, because I feel like I should be more upset than I ever am. And so I almost find it hard to empathize with people who, like in the wake of, say, the Boston bombings or this tornado, hard to empathize with people who, even though they knew nobody there, have such a collective empathy with humanity that they are emotionally upset by what happened. And I'm not sure that really it's a emotional attachment, or if it's possibly a fear attachment, that they think, well, these people in Oklahoma were hit by a tornado, possibly this could happen to me, this sort of unexpected tragedy. And I think we just, overall as a culture, have a very hard time talking about these sorts of topics. We've almost done away with the whole idea of the memento mori. You don't really see those anymore, the reminders that we are in fact mortal, other than the gravestones that we see in graveyards, sequestered away from the rest of humanity. Death is kept out of the public sphere in a way. But if there's anything that I could do for you guys, since, I'm in the area, in the States, let me know. I hope things go better for you in the future, and I will see you there.